Hello, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for an extra special Love Tarot and Oracle card reading. We are going to have separate readings, one for the owner of a broken heart, a separate reading for the owner of a lonely heart, and also a reading for those of you in love or in the beginning stages of a relationship. I hope you enjoy your readings. You'll find timestamps in the description box, so you can simply scroll ahead until you find the reading. If you are the owner of a broken heart, I'm so sorry, but you are in the right place. This is your how do they feel about you message for the owner of the broken heart, the brokenhearted. All right, we are going to start off here with an archetype that represents your energy and one about the person you are asking about. Your energy is the pioneer. The light attribute is a passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. So for some of you, if you have sort of a player type that you're dealing with and you're trying to kind of get them to settle down, that may be a piece of this, or do something that this person has never done before. Maybe they have they're a serial dater and they get it, lasting relationships 2-3 years, or they've been through divorces before, or even if it's something like a divorce and you say, well, they've done this before. I feel like with this, your energy is about going where others can't. Now, the shadow attribute can be compulsive need to keep moving on. So for some of you too, if it's you, but I feel like if you're the owner of a broken heart, it's probably coming off of them. Let's see what their archetype is today. The servant, the light attribute, delight in serving others with free and loving heart. Now, this can also be somebody who doesn't say no. So if they were married to their job, or they were always with their friends, or even if they had something about this where they didn't have great boundaries and you felt uncomfortable and it created friction in the relationship, that may be it. The shadow attribute is using the lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with life. So if money was a big issue in this relationship, it's showing up here, where they were perhaps a miser, or they were concerned about your spending or your debt or something like that. Or even if they didn't have any money and then in the relationship they made a gain and all of a sudden took off, got stable and took off. Now you've got the chaser here, okay, for the another oracle, fear of abandonment. Now we have to be careful with that one, because it's very easy to confuse love and abandonment. Was it really love, or is it the feeling of abandonment that we want to avoid? Chasing and codependencies. And there's a great book, Codependent No More, by Melody Beattie. It's been out many, many years. And so if you ever wonder about that, it'd be a good one to pick up. I don't have any, I don't get any kickbacks or royalties from that. But if you're wondering about codependent energies or behaviors, doing things to control the other person's behavior, especially things you don't want to do, like buying them things or doing things because it'll put them in a good mood. And I mean that at the deficit of you, at something that costs you ultimately. So all right, how do they feel about you? Let's see here. All right. 2 of Wands, the Devil, interesting. The 8 of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the 2 of Cups. Well, I feel like they have love for you, okay? I mean, they're looking, the 2 of Cups is in the outcome. So I do feel like it's worth the investment. You have also the arrows of love here, but you definitely have a codependent situation with this. With this and the foundation of their feelings, that will be an interesting one to unpack. But this 2 of Wands represents their current feelings. And so there may be something about this, if you're not on speaking terms, where I think they have you on their mind quite a bit. Now, they might not be doing anything like snooping around the internet or trying to reconnect with you in any way, but I do feel like they're often trying to do things to forget about the relationship, trying to move on, doing things to show that maybe they don't care or they're moving on in some way. But I feel like it's all an act with the cards that are here. So I feel like with this 2 of Wands, the foundation that you had is creating a void for them. Not having that anymore is creating a void. But I'll tell you what, if you're still reaching out for them and you're still contacting them regularly, you know what that does? It fills in the void, so they don't really have to miss you because you're always available. You're always at their beck and call, or if you're initiating the contacts. All right, it's not an energetic loss for them, so they'll just kind of keep going forward and doing what they're doing and not trying to reconnect if you keep doing that. So with the energy of this devil, we have Capricorn, water, fire here. So Aries, Leo, Sag. This is the foundation and it's the root cause of their emotions. So talk about codependent. Now, if they were talking about you and there were people who were encouraging them to break up with you, shame on them for starters, but it's all right here. All right. These are people that have almost some kind of sick pleasure in controlling other people's relationships. I always wonder about people that do that, get in the middle of people's marriages or relationships. It's like, what does this serve them? But I do feel like there was something about this. Now, it also too can be addiction, but I feel like even more in this relationship, that codependent energy reigns true here. Somebody that really has some old patterns that need to be broken. And it also too, remember when I said, did they get on their feet while they were with you? If they had financial issues and then through the relationship rebuilt their financial life and then left. Okay, something about this, they're chained to materialism and they might be even having like a midlife crisis. Okay, I just feel like somebody here, they kind of lost their marbles, kind of tipped the scale a bit with this. And especially if it was abrupt and you didn't see it coming. Now, this Eight of Wands energy are the external factors. And so with this, again, I feel like they're kind of keeping themselves busy, trying new things. Maybe they've started new things. They've gone to a new gym. They've started some new group that they're going to. They're around all these new people, or going out to bars, or going out with people in different ways. Even being on dating apps. If you're lurking around a dating app to see if you can find them there, I feel like you will. Because with this, it's like they're busy, busy, busy. And I feel like they're trying to just move on. But I feel like they're doing it in a way that almost feels manic in nature. Like it's very high energy. It's not very grounded. And so I feel like whatever they're doing here, it's not really helping. The other thing about it, though, is it's like getting back with this person when they're in that kind of state. I just feel like, again, your best bet is to, release them, get your energy focused somewhere else. And that's what gets them to come back around. Because if they're like this with the Eight of Wands and they're trying to move forward and you're constantly communicating with them or you're confronting them about things that you find out, I just feel like that's going to continue the separation longer. And so for some of you, it may be very hard to do that. If you say, yeah, all this energy just walked out the door. I feel like they're the runner, you're the chaser. And there's something about that if you continue it, it's just going to sort of exacerbate or prolong any chance of movement coming back around. So this is what they desire in terms of a relationship. Or at least what they're doing right now. They're trying to be out there. They're trying to be light and fun and easy and, life of the party type of energy. And especially, too, if you broke up, and I hate it when this happens to people, and they didn't like some of your friends, and the first people they're hanging out with are the people they said they didn't like. I just get this sort of false facade off of them, okay? And so you're going to have to decide if you can take them back after they've been doing that, especially if it feels like a betrayal. Because with this, it's like that sort of like they just pretend that nothing is going on, nothing's wrong. And even too, if there were places that you introduced them to, your favorite coffee shop, the gym, whatever, and they're still going there, it kind of feels like that too. And bringing new people with them, it's like, hey, what the hell? So I feel like there's something about them trying to not let this affect them negatively. Now, ultimately, you have this Two of Cups energy in the outcome. It is a perfect match. Now, if you think that this person that broke your heart is your perfect match, then it's them. But if it realistically, when we talk about this, if they're doing things that have really betrayed you and you don't think you can get over it, you have a perfect match in the outcome. And so I do feel like with this, we have to be a little careful not talking ourselves into somebody who's not there. Now, ultimately, though, I would say this is the potential of the relationship. And so I feel like, again, if you can tone things down and separate a bit, I do feel like you have reconciliation because there is real love here. I love you too, and I'll be back again soon. Welcome to the How Do They Feel About You tarot spread for the owner of a lonely heart. So if you have a broken heart, you're in a breakup, there's a reading for that. But this is for those of you who have been single for a while and you're kind of wondering, will you find love, or is love eluding you? What is going on here? Your energy, we're going to start with a couple of archetypes, is represented by the child wounded. Okay, so your light attributes awakens compassion and desire to serve others, other wounded children, opens the learning path of forgiveness. So if you're the friend that everybody loves to talk to, and especially about their childhood trauma, about their family of origin, or if you're in a helping profession, maybe you work with kids and you're a healer. Now the shadow attributes are blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds. Resists moving on through forgiveness. So, and you know how sometimes people do this. They use it as a social currency or as an excuse. Somebody's late all the time and they say, well, my mom was always late. So we don't want to get into that, especially when we're 50 or 60 years old and still blaming them. We got to be responsible for our own behaviors. Now their archetype is represented by the Messiah. The light attributes serving humanity with humility. So this may be somebody who helps out other people, and they don't need to put it on Facebook or some other social media app every time they find a stray dog. They don't need to take a selfie and make sure everybody knows. The shadow attribute is exaggerated belief that you are the only means through which a cause can succeed. So again, taking too much responsibility, needing everyone to know that they're, the person that did the job, got the job done. If they need to take credit for things, then that's the shadow attribute. But I feel like they're more in that light attribute. Now we're going to get another oracle, and then we will have the tarot spread. Picture, looking at pictures. Missing you, nostalgia, making new memories. Now, I feel like with this particular oracle, it's more about those new memories. This may be somebody too, even on your first date, wants to get a selfie, but I feel like they'll be respectful. They won't be putting it out on social media. I still feel like they're very good about that. They're somewhat private by nature. They don't need the entire world to see their every move. But there may be something too. Maybe they're into photography, or you meet and the first time they get out their phone and start showing you different pictures. They're very open about their life, okay? This isn't a group. All right. You've got the Page of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, Judgment, the Five of Swords, and the Sun is in the outcome. I should say that is a wonderful prediction for you. So their current feelings, if this person is single, they might be online looking for people. I know I told you that they don't get on, would have to post everything. Doesn't mean they're not on a dating app, or it's somebody that you may meet and have a lot of like text and email where they're sending you funny things, keeping it light, keeping it easy. It may be somebody too who's kind of aware of you and kind of peeping you out, trying to figure some things out for you. And I'll give you this example in my own life. I have a gym where you can get your email. Okay, it's like a smaller kind of a group thing. And I've had it more than once, people email me from that. And I didn't realize that my email was public. I still don't know where they're getting it, but I've had it twice happen. So I feel like even something like that, where your information is available, so it's not completely weird. It's not like they're paying for it or something, but they may come out through something like that. All right, where they come out and like they had to do a little bit of work to find it. So the foundation of their feelings, I feel like this is somebody who really has their life together. It's the single lady card, and I feel like truly they are not looking for a relationship to complete them. They are ready-made. This is somebody who comes with a lot of what I think is not only, well, it's fit in all the ways, but they're financially fit, physically fit, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. This is someone who's social, but it's not crazy over the top, where they're gone all the time or where you're going to be in competition to have their time. I feel like whoever this person is, They're very comfortable with who they are. They may be somebody who's done a lot of solo travel. They don't have need. You know how people say, oh, they're gross. What they mean is they're needy. This is somebody who's not that way. They're going to be very easy to be around. And I feel like, too, if you kind of like needy people, it might make you a little bit nervous at first. And some people do because they like to be needed. This person, though, I do feel like it's going to be refreshing for you to have somebody who's a true partner, who's not looking to be taken care of. They're not looking for a parent in the relationship. Then we have the Archangel Gabriel being called to action. So with this, these can be external influences, okay, that may be guiding the relationship. So if you get invited to something, you need to say yes, all right? Because that's where this person will be. This is being called to action. So we take any invitations, we get you out there, we move you around, go to new places. If there's a new gym or you have a membership that allows you access to multiple locations and you say, hey, they're offering a class over here, or there's some new coffee shop or some new restaurant, go and get your routine a little bit different. Change it up a little bit, because I feel like this is where we get into one of those serendipitous moments, okay, where you say, it reminds me of the movie, I think it's called Sliding Doors, where you are in the right place at the right time and you say, if I would have said no to that, I don't know if I would have met them. So this Five of Swords represents things that they, in terms of relationships, what do they desire or not desire? I feel like this is somebody who's really done with drama. This is somebody who does not want a relationship where it's like a lot of what I'd call chipping, little jabs and things. They have absolutely no interest in that. This is somebody who wants a partner. They want a friend first, but they also want somebody who's more than just a friend. They're not looking for a roommate. They're looking for some excitement, but not in the way of like big highs and lows. They want somebody stable. They want somebody consistent. They don't want to have to chase you down. They don't want to be ghosted and have you reappear. Not that you would ever do that. But whoever this is, I do feel like they're looking for change. They're looking for maturity in relationships. Now, the outcome is the Sun. Need we say more? Happy, joyous, free. Is it a yes? It's a heck yes. It's pure positivity. This is one of those outcomes where you're going to say, where has this person been all my life? Where it is love. It's love at first sight. You click, you have synergy, and you'll know it right from the first encounter. And so with this, I feel like the summer months will be great, but I'd say even into March and April. I feel like the warmer the weather gets, the closer you are, like that game, hot and cold. Are you getting warmer? No, yes. Okay, so with this, whoever this is that you're attracting, I feel like they're going to be very upfront with you. They're going to tell you, I have been waiting for you my whole life. And there is such chemistry here. You are like the perfect match. But like I said, you have to get yourself out there. You have to mix it up a little bit. If you've been going to the same old places with the same people, almost to the point that you're sick of them, we got to do something different, because yes, it's here. I love you too, and I'll be back again soon. Welcome to your How Do They Feel About You Tarot and Oracle card reading. We are starting off here with an archetype card. Now, this reading is going to be for those of you in a relationship, whether it just began or you've been in it for a little while. You have the energy. This represents you. The saboteur, the light attribute, highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. So there may be something here about not wanting to be alone, wanting to be in a relationship no matter what, or just having that desire. And some people just prefer it. They feel more comfortable, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now, the shadow attributes induces self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. So not sabotaging a good thing before it begins or even once it begins. Now, this person's energy is represented by the rescuer. Now, this is interesting because that makes a lot of sense together. The light attributes are provide strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. So somebody where there's no strings attached, they do what they do because they love to. Okay, they're like the opposite of a martyr, where they are not looking for recognition or people to have, sympathy or pity on them. The shadow attributes assumes that the rescued will reciprocate, keeps the rescued one needy. So somebody who is a little bit codependent, we got to be careful of that. If they do have those shadow attributes. I mean, typically we have sort of a range. Now we're going to take one more oracle here. And you have here picture, looking at pictures, missing you, nostalgia, making new memories together. So this may be somebody who wants to take pictures with you, or if they have to travel or be away from you, know that you are on their mind and in their heart. So there's definitely something there when they're not with you. They might even be somebody who scrolls through their phone, even if it's only been a few hours, looking at pictures of you and just feeling the love. I mean, I'm feeling the love while I'm talking about it. All right. All right, how do they feel about you? The Six of Swords. The Knight of Pentacles. Pardon me, I almost put that in the wrong spot. The Wheel of Fortune, Temperance, and the King of Swords. Well, somebody here wants to have a serious conversation. Well, their current feelings towards you is saying that this person wants to move on as a partnership. If you're going through a rough period, or if you don't want to be a downer, you come home from a job you hate and you say, I can't make this relationship about this person listening to how much I hate my job every day. I feel like they do want to be a supporter, and something about that rescuer energy actually works well with this. If you are going through some challenges, or maybe you've had a health problem and you're like, I don't want that to overshadow this whole thing. I feel like they're in it for the long haul. Now, if you've had a period where things were a little rocky, I do feel like you're moving on to smoother times, better times ahead. You have a lot of energy of healing and love, and also too having more adventures, having more fun if things have been a little bit in a slump, or they're just, like I said, even in a new relationship, this is moving on into better times. So, and the foundation of their feelings, this is like the root of all their feelings. This is somebody who wants to run the distance with you. They're looking for consistency. They're looking for stability in their life. And this Knight of Pentacles energy is somebody who sees a future with you. And they're not looking for a push-pull type of thing. So if there's been some on and off again stuff, that is not what they're interested in at all. With this Knight of Pentacles, they may have something too in their background, their family of origin, that perhaps creates this for them, where they don't, if they're a child of divorce and they say, I don't want that. I don't want to have to go through that again. Or maybe they've been through a divorce already and they say, I don't want to deal with that again. This one is for keeps. I heard third time's a charm. Now, let me tell you what, there's some spiritual teachers out there that have been married 3 and 4 times, and it happens. And I'm just saying it can happen. So I wouldn't count them out if that's the case. Whoever this is wants a commitment, and they want it for keeps, and they want it with you. So the energy of the Wheel of Fortune here in this particular reading. Now we have Sagittarius, Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, and Leo are here. Plus we do have air and earth as well. But with this is those external factors that could be influencing their feelings for you. So if things have been really busy, or like I said, you went through a period of crisis, or there was something too, if you have a lot of obligations at work, or there was something with this is very busy energy. And I feel like it may have kind of caused a little bit of upheaval. But I also feel like too, it's like it also made them recognize how much they value this relationship. Now, this is also a card of travel. So like I said, with that card of pictures, the oracle card that we just started off with, if they've had to travel, or you have had to been, I'll tell you what, absence makes the heart grow fonder. This person has you on their mind more than you realize. And with the Wheel of Fortune too, I feel like they may have some event that really makes them, it's a catalyst for making them want to commit and be very serious about it. So I also feel like too, if it's early in the relationship and they're already talking about traveling with you, they mean it. They're not just saying that. This is somebody where if they start saying, Paris in springtime, the next thing you know, there you are. So know with this energy, this wheel is a portal into the divine. So set your intentions, really see what you want in a relationship, because when you do that, you manifest the person who brings in those qualities, who brings in those experiences. So What they desire or expect from the relationship is real love. I mean, it's heaven sent. This is somebody who wants something for keeps, a new beginning. And I do feel like they have a bit of a past in terms of giving their heart away to someone who wasn't taking it seriously, or someone who didn't reciprocate or use them in some way. Or maybe they were just a total psycho, the ex, okay? But I feel like with this, it's their hopes, their desires, their dreams. And with this, it's the Archangel Michael. It represents safety, security. Talk about building a home with somebody. All right. I feel like this person too might be a bit traditional in their thinking about their family life and really what they want. Even if they tell you they don't want it, I feel like deep down inside, it's exactly what they want. That's what the card is saying. So this is also too, they're looking for someone who's a best friend. They're looking for someone who they get along beautifully with, where you really do have similar thinking. It's not an opposites attract kind of a thing. This is somebody who's looking for a relationship where you really are in sync, you're in harmony, and you're in real love. And so ultimately with this King of Swords, this is interesting because he's kind of a hard nose, but ultimately he speaks the truth. So I do feel like somebody here, you have a conversation coming, and if somebody tries to put this person on the spot, someone around you, like questioning where the relationship is going, they'll drop it right there. They'll say marriage, they'll say forever. They don't care what anyone else thinks. All they care about is you. And so they'll be this is very logical energy. It's very determined energy. It's very forthright, and it's very honest. So I feel like if they haven't already pledged their desire or their commitment to you, that is a coming here. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.